Hello friends, in this tutorial we are going to learn about how to add icons to your applications. So for the sake of this tutorial we are going to use the React Native Vector Icon framework. This framework is very powerful as it provides us with custom fonts which you can add to your application. So now I will quickly show you how you can perform that operation. This is the React Native Vector Icon NPM page. For installing any vector icon to your application, you need to install this framework to your project. For that, you need to do yarn install. So I am quickly going to call yarn install in my project directory. I have already done that part. I have added yarn add React Native vector icons, which installed the React Native vector icons in my project directory. With React Native 0.62, you don't have to link this React Native vector icons manually. So all you need to do is just add that React Native vector icons and perform the pod install for iOS. So just go to your iOS directory and perform pod install. There is one important thing that you have to do when you are working with iOS apps. You have to include the vector icons in your info plist file. So by default, whenever the vector icons get installed to your project, these are the set of fonts that automatically gets installed in your application. So you need to inform this level of fonts using the info plist to your iOS application. Just copy all these fonts name in your project. Open info plist as source code and just after your supported orientations, you can add all your fonts over here. Once the fonts are added, now I will quickly show you how you can include the icons in your project. So the idea is I am going to add an icon just before my name and password, so that looking at the icon, user will get an information that they have to type a username and password. For that, all you need to do is you need to import your React Native vector icons. So this way you can include your React Native vector icons, and you need to specify a font family from which you are going to fetch the icon. I have provided a name for this icon. You can provide any custom name. So from this font family, I am going to add an icon. So in my project, as you can see, I have already created an input group where my input is name. So as I want my icon just before this name, so I am going to call it before the input, and I am going to provide the name for my icon. So to display a person, the name is user. Apart from this, I can also provide the size and color for my icon. Now if you run your application, you can see an icon with blue color. As I said, you can change the size and color for your application. In the similar way, I will be adding one icon for my password. But now suppose if you want to add an icon which is not from the same font family, if it belongs to some different font family, then how you are going to do that? Suppose I want to add my password icon from a font family named Font Awesome 5. So all I need to do is I need to write an import statement again, but this time instead of calling it with the name just icon, I am renaming it and I am calling it as password icon. If you want to be very sure, all you can do is you can directly use the font family names in your import statement, so that you come to know that this icon belongs to which font family. In this way, you can add multiple icons from different font families. So all you need to do is you just need to copy this icon part again for the password thing, but this time instead of providing the name as icon, I am going to provide the name as font awesome, because I am using a different font family for this, and the name will be passed as lock. So when you run your application after saving this, you can see a lock icon visible before password. In the similar way, if you want to add an eye icon after the password, you can do that by just calling a icon component. This time, if you want to perform any state operation, you can add that as well. So I am quickly going to show you how you can do that. I have added an icon, and the value of the file or the icon which will be displayed depends upon the is password visible state. So if it is false, then an I will be displayed. If it is true, an I slash will be displayed. I have kept it as false for now, and if I run my application, you can see an I. Now I am setting it to true and rerunning my application, and it becomes I slash. So in this way, I can add this functionality on the click of this button, which can be done by adding touchable opacity. So this is how you can beautify your application using the vector icons. You can add the vector icons, you can change the size of the vector icons, and in this way you can improve your UI of your application. Friends, in the next video we will learn how you can move the password field with the functionality to a common area or a common component which can be reused at different places. Initially we did that using functional component. In the next tutorial I will explain you how you can perform this using a class component. So keep watching. Thank you.